Welcome back, you guys. Apologies in advance if you're watching this on the video and you are just looking at a sloppy, wet dog right now. That dog is me. It's been one of those days. It's just been one of those days. What can I say? I'm not here to compete. I am here to coach. So what you see is what you get, but verbally hopefully will override the appearance. So, I wanted to talk about something that I had kind of realized earlier today. I have been talking with my own, well, not really my own. Okay, so I've been teaming up with like some other local coaches, and we've been talking about coaching, and it was brought to my attention that I think I am really guilty of being like so many steps ahead that I forget that like the step that I'm trying to take in the present doesn't have time to manifest until it manifests. And I forget to let it happen, and I move like 10 steps past that. And I'm just getting so far ahead of myself that it's literally not even doing me any good. So that's been like an awakening moment for me, because I'm so on top of everything in my life. Like, so on top. And it's to an extreme that I've also noticed in so many aspects of my life that I don't even remember half of the things that happen. Like, I will have 3 events in one night, and I will go to all of them, and then I don't even remember any of them, because it was more, in my opinion, it wasn't about the event. It was knocking it off my list and doing it, and I did it, and then I have nothing to say for it, which is not a good thing. And I feel very successful. Like, yeah, I'm checking off all these things, but what do I have to show for it? Did I even have a good time? I don't even remember it. Was I present? Probably not. I was there. I showed up. That counts for something, but for how much? You know? For how much? That is something that I feel very called out on, and I feel like I needed to just say this out loud, because I feel like maybe this is something that some of us are more aware of, or some of us might be going through this and we're not even aware of it, or maybe we are aware of it and we don't know how to stop. And I think this is something that I have very much struggled with in my life, is letting myself not do so much. Like, I literally just published my last book in December. It's now April 1st, and I'm already working on another book. I started working on another book in March. I didn't even have 3 months before I was like, all right, next. Like, this is a perfect example. My last book, for example, I published it, put it out into the world, haven't even given it more than 3 months to manifest and see where it goes, and I'm already working on another one. That is the perfect example of what I'm trying to get across. Why am I like this? Okay, well, the reason why is probably deeper than it's worth going into. I basically have this bottomless belief that until I do everything that I am possibly capable of doing as a human being, then I will be successful. As if I already haven't done anything successful in my life. And this is the thing that I think we need to really realize. I mean, there are so many people who, everyone feels like a failure. Everybody feels like a failure. And I think everyone feels like, I don't know many people who do anything good in their life and they're like, that's it, I did one cool thing and I'm done. And this is something that I love so much about people who are successful, is they they feed off of that success and they want more and they want to do something cool and they want to keep doing cool things because it's so fun. And it's inspiring when you do something cool. You don't want to just quit on that and be like a one-hit wonder and never do anything cool with your life ever again. You know what? We do know people like that, don't we? We do know people like that. People who pull up these pictures of, this was me in like the 70s. And it's like, okay, well, this is you now. And so you might have been impressive then, but because you're so not impressive now, it's hard to believe that was actually you. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, so that's cool that you were like cool then. But does anyone like you now? You know? This is why I think partly why I am such a huge Taylor Swift fan, a Swiftie, because she just keeps topping herself and she keeps challenging herself. She is not just a one-hit wonder and is like, okay, I did something cool with my life and I'm done. She loves topping herself and tries to just keep literally topping her own albums. It's incredible. But I think we can also see with her what it's rooted in. Right? There are some underlying things. And this is what I'm trying to be very aware of in my own life, is the fact that, okay, I need to know what is underlying with these particular feelings that is triggering me to act this way. But also, is it all that bad, even if there is underlying issues? I think the fact that it's causing me to literally not even remember when I'm at an event, that is not good. That needs to stop. And I need to find a balance. This is more of like, are you guys my therapist in this episode? What is happening right now? But it's true, like, there needs to be a balance. Okay, what I'm trying to say in this episode, is if you are going through this, I get you. I get you. Also, I want to inspire you on some level, if you are on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, to be a little bit more on this side. But again, either side you're on, find a balance. Or if you are a person who has found that balance in this particular area, please comment how you find that balance. Because this is something I struggle with really bad. Really bad. And I think this is something that is honestly like an okay thing for me to admit, because it's on the spectrum of success and not failure, if that makes sense. Like, I'm clearly doing so much it's good things, but I need to chill. I was just thinking, as a coach, I feel kind of weird putting this out there, because I feel like one of the main things that we end up focusing on is time management. And for me, it's not so much that I'm not managing my time, because I'm making it all work. It's the fact that I just am saying yes to everything and not saying no to things. And I think this is one of the downsides of coaching in some aspects, is coaches will always push you to be doing more, because we are capable of it. We are. And this is, again, why I'm doing all these things, because I am capable of it. The problem is when too much is just too much, And this is something that I have tried to explain to my previous coaches. Didn't go very well, and they're just kind of, and I understand why. Again, it's like, well, if this isn't something you want, then, I guess you can just be that way. Which is why it's interesting to me that the coach I've been talking to now is basically telling me, like, look, we need to focus in the present and not get so many steps ahead of ourselves. And I'm like, It's interesting hearing that come from a coach, but I was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. So I want to ask you, is there anything in your life that you're like 10 steps ahead of yourself with, that you need to just focus on the present and just relax and let it, pan out the way it's supposed to? See what becomes of it, like my book, for an example. Maybe set a date, though, to release my second book, but also just give my first one time to just let happen what it's going to happen with that. And then after that one is kind of not the hot thing anymore, then my next one will be ready to go. If you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching with me, you can book a free discovery call. The link will be in the description below. You can also follow me on almost any social media platform at Make Waves Coach, and check out my mermaid account, Mermaid Cassandra, on almost any social media platform, as that is my sort of my thing. Just go check it out. Also, you can check out my podcast, Make Waves, Mermaid Cassandra, available every place podcasts are found. I will talk to you soon. Go out there and make waves. Mwah.